Oh my God.
I remember, like, if you liked sports, a lot of kids wanted the big. Oh, it's called Nerf Big Play Football.
Interesting. Yeah,
Super super cool.
it's funny too because like this is the first year that I'm like buying like presents for all of my like cousins that I have. I have like I think what is it like 8 or so, like 7 or 8 that we spend Christmas with. I always felt bad because I'm like I don't know, I'm like the oldest cousin and I never like chipped in or got something small or whatever. And now everyone's like, Brad, you're poor. Why are you buying people stuff? But so it's funny. I asked my aunt. I'm like, what do they want? Whatever. My one cousin's like 20 or so. Whatever. He goes to Michigan Tech, and he was but up in the UP, like up where Houghton and Upper Peninsula, they are all big fans of the Packers, right? So like Wisconsin teams,
Right. I was
stuff
gonna
like
say
that.
most UP, yeah, like most of the UP are not Lions
No,
fans.
not at all.
They
And,
are.
and God bless
They're
them because hell no, I would not. I'm not a
to
lion. I
think
mean,
I was that. I just needed to be about 200 miles north and I would have been
right
fine.
to find happiness. So anyway, so she's like, yeah, buy like anything Wisconsin. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I buy him a Packers hat. The funny thing I mean, I guess if he's not watching this. I'm like maybe he found out what he's getting. And then there's what's it called? His brother. I bought him a Michigan shirt, and the guy at the store. I went to like Game Day Detroit at like Somerset Mall or 12 Oaks or wherever the hell it was. I go in and the guy at the counter says hello to me or something like that. I'm walking by actually with the shirt in my hand, and I show it to him and I'm like, dude, it's Christmas. You gotta, because I'm wearing my Michigan State hat and everything on, and I got this Michigan shirt in my hand, and I'm like, you can't discriminate at Christmas time, And so I'm buying them both things because I'm not a fan of Aaron Rodgers either. So I bought, you can't apparently discriminate fan bases on Christmas time. So. But it's fun. I got a nice hat too for Christmas. It was some like $20 like Michigan State hat from like a Secret Santa thing with my theater group or whatever, and it was kind of nice. But I would never spend that much money on someone for Secret Santa. $10 is it,
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say the classic is like the jersey, like
Right.
jerseys especially because jerseys were like another level above just
Right.
like a hoodie or a
Well, and it's
t-shirt.
hard to buy jerseys for yourself. Like it's hard to justify some of that, and a lot of times for Christmas they have like on sale and stuff like that. Like you try to go buy a Red Wings jersey or something or an NHL jersey, those things can be like $200. Then baseball jerseys
I
are
bought mine
expensive too.
I got mine on sale, my Larkin jersey for the Red Wings, and yeah, it's like it's 100. I think I got it on sale for 150. They go for 200 normally.
Right.
Usually,
Usually,
football jerseys are a little less expensive because they don't have the sleeve, so they're like
Right.
$120. And it also depends on the player. Like
right.
if you get a blank one without a name, they're cheaper. But if you get like an Iserman jersey, they're going to be more expensive. Or if you get
Right.
like a Barry Sanders jersey is more expensive than who's like a Penei Sewell jersey
Or a
even,
Hawkinson even probably.
I would totally get a Penei Sewell jersey. By the way,
I don't think I've ever seen anyone with a jersey of a lineman. I'm not gonna lie.
I will. I love Penei Sewell. Ugh. Everyone was like, he's a bust, and after he's the youngest player in the NFL, and it took a few games to adjust, but we'll get to that anyway. Yeah, I think jerseys are. I mean, that's a classic. I mean, I'm trying to think.
You always get more jerseys as a kid too, right? Because like you're younger and they're like what, like it can be youth jerseys can run at like $60.
That's also when your fandom. Like I envy kids because like your fandom is never more pure and easier to. Like it's just easier to be a fan. Like
Right.
I think that makes sense. Like now, like I know so much about being a fan and knowing like why the Lions are so bad because of all the terrible mistakes they've made.
Right.
Not to say I'm a genius. Not to say
Yeah.
I'm a genius and that I'm the smartest guy in the room, but it's like I see what the Bob Quinns of the world do, and it's like when I was a kid, I didn't follow any of that. I didn't know what the draft was and why taking a wide receiver in the first round and like the top 10 was a bad thing. I just knew, hey, go team. Why can't we? Why aren't we winning these games with these other teams? You know, it's easier.
Go team.
And, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also, you know, what think about too. This applies to you as well. Think about when we grew up. Wings were prime. You know, they won in 01.
Right.
And granted, I was too young to remember that. But then they won in 08. Like that whole decade was dominance. The Tigers, even though they never won it, it was like every season I tuned in and they were competitive.
I remember, and this is absolutely true. Okay, I remember this. And our baseball team hadn't been good because right, so because the Tigers won in like '86. They won in '86, and then they were garbage for like 03. They had the worst record in American League history.
Yep.
And I remember this specifically. Dude, I'm sitting in my bedroom and I'm watching SpongeBob SquarePants, okay? Or Fairly Odd Parents, some Nickelodeon stuff or whatever. It's like 9 o'clock at night and it's like a school night or something like that. And I'm like I'm like going to bed basically, just watching TV or whatever. And Nickelodeon cuts to, in the local market, cuts to Maglio Ordonez at the plate against the Oakland Athletics in Game 6 or whatever it was of the ALCS, and he hits that home run. And I remember like Nickelodeon cut to like every channel just cut to Fox or wherever it was on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, everywhere in this market, absolutely, they had to. I mean,
and it was
playoff baseball too. It wasn't even like.
Remember when people watched playoff baseball, and now you can't. I mean, now they got round 1 was on FS1. Like, who the hell is gonna watch FS1?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But you know,
this is a good time. This is a cheerful time of year.
I'm sure. I'm cynical. Sorry.
Jolly.